Fiery BBC breakfast showdown. Naga Munchetty corners Ed Miliband over controversial electricity pricing plans. BBC breakfast turned into a political pressure cooker as presenters Naga Munchetty and Charlie State unleashed a fierce grilling on Energy Secretary Ed Miliband over the government's proposed changes to electricity pricing. The interview, which quickly veered into tense territory, saw Munchetty relentlessly press Miliband on the contentious issue of zonal pricing, a potential policy shift that could see households paying different electricity rates depending on their proximity to renewable energy sources like wind turbines. From the moment Miliband appeared on screen, it was clear he was in the hot seat. With a steely glare and unwavering tone, Munchetty dove into the heart of the controversy, demanding clarity on whether those living further from wind turbines could face inflated energy bills. Her line of questioning left Miliband visibly flustered, prompting a stammered, uncertain response that failed to reassure. "Sorry to interrupt, but I want to be really clear about this in my mind," Munchetty cut in sharply as Miliband waffled. She refused to let him dance around the issue, pushing him to clarify whether the proposed reforms would create a postcode lottery for energy bills. While Miliband attempted to insist that the reforms would not unfairly burden any particular region, his answers lacked precision and conviction. "I don't think it would be fair to raise prices in one part of the country to benefit another," Miliband claimed, before vaguely adding, "We're looking at both sets of reforms, and whichever reform we choose, we will make sure it is fair and only go ahead with it if we can see a reduction in bills across the country." But Munchetty wasn't about to let that slide. With laser focus, she demanded specifics. "So you would only do this if everyone's bills came down, and no one's rose disproportionately to other people's?" "I'm being very careful about this. So no one's bills would be higher based on where they live." Cornered, Miliband floundered. "I'm not sure what you mean by disproportionately," he mumbled, prompting a swift and pointed response from Munchetty. "Well, if someone's bills were higher because they didn't live near wind turbines." The Energy Secretary, clearly struggling to articulate a coherent defense, replied, "I'm not sure I follow you there," before retreating to the vague reassurance, "We're still looking at this, but we're trying to make sure it is fair." The showdown concluded with Munchetty delivering a cold, cutting farewell. "Thank you for joining us. I look forward to getting more clarity on this in the future." The unsaid critique in her tone echoed louder than any applause. The fallout on social media was immediate and brutal. Viewers flooded X, formerly Twitter, to lambast Miliband's muddled performance. "Why do we need zonal pricing if it's not going to create different charges?" one user questioned, echoing the confusion felt across the country. Another viewer fumed, "What a load of waffle," while a third delivered a scathing blow. "Hey Siri, show me the most incompetent, clueless, out-of-their-depth MP in the UK," a fourth added with biting sarcasm. "Zonal pricing. Sounds like if bills don't come down for everyone, they'll just stay high for everyone. Letting perfect get in the way of good." With outrage boiling over and questions still unanswered, Miliband may find himself under even more pressure to clarify the government's energy pricing intentions. For now, one thing is certain: when it comes to defending zonal pricing, he left the BBC breakfast table with more smoke than light.